on Facebook.
Sir.
And we are expecting that good number of people will be watching this live.
Sir,
And
already 34 members have been joined here. Still people are getting joining. Many more. I was really happy to see these many people on this platform, and those who are interested to understand and to learn the medical astrology, and especially linked with the Ayurveda, Ayur Jyotisham. We'll start our meeting, sir, right now.
Ragadirogan Satatanu Asheshakaya Prasrutan Sheshan Autsukya Moha Ratijan Jangan Yopurva Vaidyay Namostu Tasmai Yopurva Vaidyay Namostu Tasmai. I'm really thankful to KSR Garu for providing me an opportunity to host the first ever webinar kind of discussion on this very important subject of Ayurveda, Ayur Jyotisham. As a student of Ayurveda, I always felt that there is a linkage between the dosha and Jyotisha, between the disease and Jyotisha, between the person and Jyotisha. So all this together, if we can really help the patient, it would be a great service to humanity. What happens these days, those who are experts of Ayurveda, they do not know anything of Jyotish. Those who are aware about Jyotish may not be knowing Ayurveda to that extent what is required. So this is a platform. I really congratulate KSR Prasad Garu, Subhash Wage sir and Ramanujacharya sir for accepting this invitation and deciding to be present here and enlighten all of us. I am sure that this will go long in the history when the history of Ayur Jyotish will be written. I request KSR Garu sir to start the program with prayers, and hereafter he will conduct the entire program. Thank you very much, KSR Garu sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjay. Suklam Baradharam Vishnum Sesivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Sarva Vignopashantaye. I welcome all people, those who are on this platform on the auspicious day of Vikram Samvat 2077, Sharvari, Adhika Aswija Masa, Sukla Paksha, Tadiya, Bhanuvara, Aswini Nakshatra, Chaturdha Charana, Vrushchika Lagna, with the Harshana Yoga and Vanija Karana. It is a very auspicious in which Shani, Guru and the Mangala, three are in the Swakshetra, and Guru in the second place of the Vrushchika, that is Dhanur Rashi, and Buddha in the 12th, where in the Tula Rashi as an 8th Lord, and Ravi in the 11th as the second place for the 10th house as the Ayurveda, and linked with that of the Jyotisha, with the natives and outsiders and out of the country people, those who are joined together here on the auspicious day. Here, the Vedic knowledge, which is going to be speaking about the various aspects of the Vedic astrology, not only from the today, it is what we are reading of the present day, Jyotisha, almost has been compiled and regulated in the form of the knowledge for the common people utilization is 11,000 BC approximately. Before to that, also this knowledge is existing, but the existing knowledge, because of the natural calamities and catastrophes, many a times it has been destroyed. The destroyed has been rebuilt, reconstructed. The last biggest calamity, what we record in our Vedic period is of the Mahabharata war. In the Mahabharata war, except the two countries, almost all countries is a world war, and in which the people have been died. After the Mahabharata war, what is being left over is nothing but only wounded soldiers and the children and the women. At the survival, as the first priority, the people were not much targeting and focusing over the information and the knowledge. Of course, in later course, this has been being focused and being rebuilt and reconstructed, recollected, and brought for us whatever is at present we are witnessing the knowledge of the Vedic sciences. Out of these Vedic sciences, the astronomy is the most fantasized and interesting subject linked with the astrology. The astronomy is of the calculative part of the planetary system, and whereas the astrology is its effect over the individuals and countries and so on. Based on those things, the Phalita Jyotisha, or the knowledge of what phala, what the fruits, what I am going to get individually, has been told. Out of this Phalita Jyotisha, when the countries were being predicted with, it is being called as the Medini Jyotisha. So many things are going to be there with. Out of this entire astrology, as we see the references from the Vedic period, for example, from the Taittiriya Upanishad. The Taittiriya Upanishad is going to speak about the Brihaspati. Brihaspati Jayamanaha Tishyam Nakshatramapi Sambhabuva. What does this mean of the Taittiriya Brahmana? What has been said? They say this Brihaspati is being observed in the Pushyami Nakshatra, but because the Pushyami Nakshatra is so bright, the Brihaspati cannot be visualized properly. What does this statement is going to say with Taittiriya Brahmana, which is approximately 7 to 8,000 BC? This is 10,000 years old from now onwards. Says they were having the knowledge of all these planets. These planets are going to be identified with the sense of its luminaries or the prakasha, and this prakasha based on this also, as the Pushyami Nakshatra is so bright enough, this could not be understood. Why the Pushyami Nakshatra was as said as a Dhruvaka or landmark? Even Ayurveda, we are using the Pushyami Dhruvaka or Pushyami Nakshatra is a very auspicious. This Pushyami Nakshatra, on the day of the Pushyami Nakshatra, we do the Pumsavana Kriya and the rest of the things. The Pushyami Nakshatra was a very starting and very specific, and it is being identified as one of the landmark to start all the auspicious as it is being there in the Vishuvat. This happened almost 10 to 11,000 BC, that is almost 13,000 years from now onwards. This Pushyami, as a landmark for the Ayurveda, as a landmark in the Taittiriya Brahmana, as a landmark in the Veda Vedanga Jyotisha, this landmark is going to say from where, when we belongs to and we started our knowledge in heights. The golden period of the Ayurveda, the golden period of the astrology, golden period of the Vedanga Jyotisha is from 11,000 BC, which is we are at present knowing and understanding and using for our benefit individually and totally for the mankind also. At this juncture, the medical astrology or the relation with that of the human being health as the very, very important is to protect our health at a prophylactic level or at the curative level. Astrology is going to make a suggestions of right time to consume the medicine and even a remedial measures of the ill effects of this planetary positions and also its cumulative effect over the individual. Now, why this and how these planets are going to have the evil effects? Nowadays, we are trying to understand everything as a scientific for the present day terminology. This present day terminology, whatever we are using as a scientific, even 100 times more scientific and precise our people are. They have even calculated 0.014 seconds. This is a recording in our science which we are going to see. As a quanta is the smallest percentage of the energy which we are looking has also being measured. The people nowadays, they cannot go for the quanta measurement of the energy. But our ancient acharyas, 11,000 BC, 13,000 years ago, they made it. 11,000 years BC, before to that, the present scientists say there is a Himayuga. There was a totally ice has been covered. Because of the ice, the total planet become very cool and very less rate of the survival was there. And the total mankind, herbs, and also even the plantation, vegetation, everything were lost at the massive extent. Now, after the recovery, as we are studying, this medical astrology is very specifically going to speak about an individual ill effect of the planet over an individual is studied with. What sort of the ill effects are going to be? How this scientifically to be understood? There is electromagnetism, there is a gravitational pull, there is a strong force, there is a weak force. There are not less than that of the 21 physical rules which are going to impact our individuals because of these celestial bodies, those who are revolving in the sky openly. As one more thing, the word Khagola, Gola is a spherical word, has been used 11,000 years ago in our ancient India. Bhugola, Khagola, they know that our earth is a spherical and round in shape. 11,000 BC, which was told by the Western people very recently, 1,000 years ago at the maximum. The Ptolemy, Galileo, these people were speaking about as the earth was. Otherwise, in the Bible, it is written as the earth is flat. Earth is never flat. It is a gola, spherical, was told 11,000 BC in Vedic astrology and Vedic astronomy. With this small background, I want to introduce today's guest of honor and speakers, Dr. Subhash Waghe. Dr. Subhash Waghe for the Ayurvedic people is a well-known person as a Roganidhana expert or diagnostic expert. In the Roganidhana, we go with the two things, very specifically, apart from the Ayurveda. The one is the pulse diagnosis and second is the astro-diagnosis, astro-medical diagnosis. The astro-medical diagnosis further, he learned the astrology, Vedic astrology, and he is doing enormous work along with the Ayurveda and also the astrology. The second speaker of us is the Sri Ramanacharyalu, PV, who is dedicated himself for the KP astrology. His father also renowned KP astrologer in the interest, and traditionally from his father and also from the University of the Potti Srinamulu Telugu University, he learned the MA astrology as for the learning purpose. But traditionally from his father, he learned a lot KP astrology, and he has gone for very precise, precisional calculation method of the KP astrology, and he was said to be one of my good friend and also good teacher for me. We were having a companionship of this astrology saga almost from 1989-90 onwards. Almost for the 30 years, we were speaking on and off about this astrology. I am medical astrology researcher very specifically. I do not believe without any evidence. I believe one thing. Vina tarkena ya siddhi yadruchha siddhirevasa. If any point of view of hypothesis or the theorem or anything of the theory which is not going to be substantiated by a logical and legal methodologies, that is not being accepted as yadruchha siddhi, accidental success. Otherwise, serendipitous research. This is not going to be accepted. I was not believing before to 1990 the astrology. I was learned the astrology. After learning the astrology, I started making the researches on the astrology. Then I started believing it. When I started believing it, I tried to change the astrological things. There are two varieties of the astrological facts. One is the niyati, is certainty. Even though you are going to do anything, it is going to happen because of the your sanchita prarabdha, accumulated risk of your own. When this risk of your own is going to be sanchita prarabdha is going to be there, niyati is going to be there. The second is once again the yadruchha, accidental, by fluke. Sometimes we may not be able to explain why this is going to happen as such. Now, as first speaker, I invite Dr. Subhash Wage to shower the knowledge of his medical astrology and how and why this medical astrology is very specifically needed for the present day scenario, and how this medical astrology fruits can be reaped by our co-brothers and brothers and sisters of our Ayurveda and astrology. I request him to elaborate, and I request Dr. Sanjay sir to allow him as to share his PPT if at all anything is there. Thank you very much. I invite first Dr. Subhash Wage to speak his views on the medical astrology. Thank you very much.
Hari Om. Namo Namaha Sarvebhyaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Very good morning to all of you. Can you hear me all? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. In the very outset of the, first of all, I thank Dr. KSR sir for introducing me very in an adoring way. And in the very outset of his introduction, the KSR sir had mentioned about today's Panchanga. So it is very obvious from his lecture.
Visible, but your sound is not very audible, sir.
Okay, my sound is audible to everybody, or is it not audible to only Charger sir?
It is okay. It is okay. Please continue, sir.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So in the very outset, as Dr. KSR sir mentioned about today's Panchanga, which is related to related with the auspiciousness of the day or particular time. So my job is made easy. Why Panchanga why Panchanga concept is used in Ayurveda to find an auspicious time for the various procedures to be carried out, and it is very well mentioned in our Ayurveda. So it is very essential to know the basics of the Panchanga for our Ayurvedic community, so that we can employ it in our therapeutics. Now let us get some idea about the basic idea about the Panchanga. As there is a time limit of there is a constriction of time limit, I will be brief in astrological aspect and will focus more on Ayurvedic aspect. So what is Panchanga? Panchanga is an astrological concept used to determine the favorable and auspicious timings required for doing the particular things based upon the 5 factors such as Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, and Karan. So what is Tithi is? So Tithi can be roughly it can be or approximately it can be correlated with the date. Vara to the day. Nakshatra is a constellation. Yoga is the addition of the movement of the sun's motion and the moon's motion. Karana is the half part of the Tithi. So even though in a modern literature, date and day is the same, but in Jyotish science, Tithi, date and day is not the same. So this why Tithi results when moon travels 12 degree from the sun, it constitutes a one Tithi. So let us see how these tithis are important from our point of view, various types of tithis and what functions we need to do in various types of tithis and how they are implemented in Ayurveda then. So as I told you, the time required for moon to go from sun is called as the tithi, and when it goes 12 degree from the sun in east is called as Chandradina. And how these tithis from Pratipada, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, etc. results till the full moon and the dark moon. So if you consider a sphere and divide it 360 degree, circle is of 360 degree, and by 12 degree division, if we go, so each tithi will be of when moon will travel 12 degrees, and right to the when it travel to the 180 degree, we will have a dark moon. Let me explain this by one illustration. So this is the moon which is going 12 degree, and you see, as you can see this in this figure, to the 180 degree there is a dark moon, and as it starts glowing on the as it travels 12 degrees, first is the Pratipada, then is the Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami likewise, and the moon is become more and more visible till it attains the full moon, full moon at 360 degree. So dark moon one at the zero axis. Actually, when the sun and the moon lies on the same axis, it is the 0 degree, the dark moon, and when it travels further up to 180 degree, this is the full moon. Then again from 180 degree to 360 degree, it is the dark moon. Hope with this illustration you have understood how the tithis are, various tithis occurs. So other types of tithis, when the Pratipada, Shashti and Ekadashi falls on the Friday, they are called as Nanda Tithi. When Ditya, Saptami and the Dwadashi falls on Wednesday, they are Bhadra Tithis, they are referred as Bhadra Tithis. When Tritiya, Ashtami and Trayadashi falls on Tuesday, they are referred as the Jaya Tithi. When the Chaturthi, Navami, Chaturdashi falls on the Saturday, they are referred as the Rikta Tithi. And Panchami, Dashmi, Purnima, when falls on the Thursday, they are referred as the Purnima Tithis. So what are during Rikta Tithi, seminar, intellectual meet, firework, trauma, arrest, poison related work should be done. Functions to be done under Purna and Ama Tithi. During Purna Tithi, marriage, nutrition from our point of view, and ancestral functions during the Amavasya Tithi. So Vara, this the time duration from one sunrise to next sunrise is called as the... Hello. The time duration from one sunrise to next sunrise is called as the Vara. Each Vara is of the same duration, 24 hours. It is based on the Savan Dina or Savan Masa. Savan Dina, that's why it's of the 24 hours. So depending upon the 7 planets, they have been attributed to different days, and accordingly there is the Surya Vara, Soma Vara, Bhoma Vara, Buddha Vara, Guru Vara, Shukra Vara, Shani Vara. So they coincides with the modern terminology Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The Monday, Thursday, Wednesday are Fridays and Friday are the auspicious days to carry out any function. Sunday, Tuesday are being the ruthless days and are favorable for doing ruthless works like oncosurgical operations for, from our point of view. So functions to be carried out on Ravivara, the coronation festival, vehicle, firework, you can say in our terminology, the Agni Karmas, laser karma, laser therapy, etc. Mantras, medicinal work, medicine, right from medicine application to medicine preparation, surgeries, gold and copper work, leather work, wooden work can be done on this day. Functions to be done on Monday, the work related to conch, pearl, silver, woman. Woman related means again from gynecological procedures from our point of view, food, nutrition, trees, water, ornaments, song, flowers, and writing, etc. should be done on this day. The functions to be done on Tuesday, the work related to spy, poison, fire, the fire related works from our point of view is again Agni Karma and the laser therapy like works should be done on this day. On Wednesday, the work related with skill, learning, art, writing, debate, etc. Could be done on this day, and the exercise also. It is the best day for the learning related and wisdom related activities. Buddha stands for the wisdom, Jnana, Gyan. Functions to be done on Thursdays, from our point of view, is the nutrition, education, and the medicine preparation, and religious work like Upanayan Sanskara, Vedaramba Sanskara, all that those Simantanayan Sanskara or Garbhini Sanskara, all those sanskaras can be done on the Guruvara. The Shukravara, the work related to women gynec procedures, from our point of view, these things can be done on the Friday. On Saturday, the work related to iron, surgery, that is implant, stents, etc. Stone related, from our point of view, lithotripsy, breaking of the stone, and late tin related like Rasaushadhi Nirmana, from our point of view, can be done on the Saturday. Okay, what is nakshatra? Nakshatra, the literal meaning of nakshatra is naksharati. It is the nakshatra, which is a fix. The fixed stars, fixed brightening stars in the sky are the nakshatras. So there are 27 nakshatras which have been mentioned in the Vedas. So if you consider a circle of 360 degrees and if you divide it by 27 nakshatras, almost one nakshatra gets the 13 degrees and 20 kalas. And in every nakshatra, there are 4 charanas, and further divided by 4. Further you,
ફોર્મ આવ્યો છે બરાબર.
Is it any problem? Is there any problem? Is there any problem?
No, where is the problem?
Okay. So if you divide again for this 13 degrees and 20 kalas by 4, that comes out to be 3 degrees and 20 kalas. So this is how this Surya and Chandra, they goes through the various nakshatras. So this is not our matter of our concern. The types of nakshatra, this is important because what functions we need to carry out on specific nakshatras is what important. There are some Shipra nakshatras, Mrudu nakshatras, Hasta, Ashwini, Pushya are the Laghu and Shipra nakshatras. One can perform 3D works like business, sex, study, art, creation, medicine, traveling in this nakshatra. So from our point of view, medicine related works and the fast acting medicine, emergency medicines, they are the best working medicines in the Shipra nakshatras. Or even if the general medicine is given in these nakshatras, it acts very fast. Mrudu nakshatras, Anuradha, Chitra, Revati, Mragashira are Mrudu, soft nakshatras. So one can perform gentle works like, from our science point of view, the plastic surgery, like things on these nakshatras. delicate works. Tikshna Nakshatra, Moola, Ardra, Jeshta and Ashlesha are the Tikshna Nakshatras. One can perform aggressive works. From our point of view is the total excision of the tumor, oncosurgery like things can be done on these Tikshna Nakshatras. Ugra Nakshatras are all three Purva Bhadrapada, Purva Ashada, Purva Falguni Nakshatras, Bharni and Maga are the Ugra Nakshatras. So one can perform the terrible work like uprooting, killing. This uprooting the tumor from it, all its base, from our science point of view, can be done in this Ugra Nakshatra. Or amputation of the organs, that can also be done. Chara Nakshatra, Shravan, Dhanishta, Shatabhisha, Punarvasu and Swati are the Chara Nakshatras. One can perform the works which requires movement in these nakshatras. So thrombolytic therapies, etc., from our science point of view, can be done in Chara Nakshatras. Dhruva Nakshatras, all three Uttara, Rohini, one can perform Shanti Pujana, Abhisheka, plantation, religious work. This is from ancient science point of view. Dhruva Nakshatra, from our science point of view, the medical procedures which require stability. For example, head prosthesis of the any fractured bone or fixation of the fracture, etc., can be done in Dhruva Nakshatras. So yoga literally means the addition of gati of sun and or earth in 24 hours and the speed of moon in 24 hours gives the one yoga. Earth travels 1 degree in 24 hours and moon travels around 12 to 14 degree in 24 hours. So when the addition of speed of earth and moon comes to 13 degree and 20 kala, then there is completion of one yoga. And if one want to which the yoga is prevalent for the time being, then how much the distance suns traveled and how much the distance moon covered, then addition of these distances divided by 13 degree 20 kala, which gives you the, if the figure falls between 7 to 8, then it is considered as the 8th yoga is going on. Likewise, this is there, we are not concerned with types of yogas. There are 27 types of various types of yogas. There are some Shubha yogas, some Ashubha yogas, auspicious yogas and inauspicious yogas. So inauspicious yogas, out of these, Dhruvipat, Parigraha, Aghat, Gantiganda are inauspicious yoga, should be avoided for auspicious works. Karna, the half part of Tithi is the Karna, hence one Tithi, there are 2 Karnas. So there are total 11 types of Karnas. Out of these, 1 to 7 are Chara, unstable Karnas, and whereas 8 to 11 are the Sthira, stable Karnas. Functions to be done under particular Karnas. In Bhava Karna, religious act, marriage function, fast resulting acts, the fast acting drugs can be done. In Balav Karna, the various sanskaras from our point of view can be done. In Kaulav Karnas, love, friendship, proposal can be given, where people are very much attracted nowadays. In Taitil Karna, agriculture, or you can say bowing of the medicinal plants, etc., can be done. In Vanij Karna, opening the practice or business from our point of view can be done. Particularly in Shakuni Karna, the acts like nutrition, medicine, administration of the medicine administration and hospital related works, etc., could be done in Shakuni Karna. Vishti Karna is not auspicious, and in Kinstugna Karna, acts like auspicious function, religious acts, nutrition should be done. These are the some Karnas which are important from our science point of view. Now, application of Panchang concept in Ayurveda. Let's go straight. So, how this Panchang concept to yield the maximum beneficial effect is employed in Ayurveda. So, Shastrakeshu Panchangasya Prayogaha. So, this has been mentioned in Sushruta Sutrasthana 5/7. On auspicious day, Tithi, Karana, Nakshatra and Muhurta, the surgery should be done. The surgeon should worship Agni and Brahmana and do Swasti Vachana, then carry out the surgical procedure by avoiding the cut on vital parts, blood vessel, nerves and bones, etc. So there is the clear idea of it covers the Tithi, Karan, Nakshatra, Yoga and Muhurta. So here is the, now they have mentioned this Panchanga in one while performing one type of surgery, but it is applicable to all types of surgeries. So it should be done in the auspicious day, Tithi, Karan, Nakshatra and the Muhurta. So Panchang should be followed while before performing the surgery to yield the maximum beneficial results. So now next application of Panchanga concept during drug administration, Virochana. After administering Snehana and Svedana, the patient should be given the Trivruta paste in a Karsha quantity mixed with water for Virochana on auspicious day, Nakshatra, Tithi, Karan and Muhurta. Again, this is from Charak Sutrastan 15/17. You can see here Ishte, Tithi, Nakshatra, Karan, Muhurte, Brahmanan Swasti Vachan, Vachayitva, the Virachan yoga should be given. So there is very well mentioned the aspect of Panchanga also. So before the administration of drug also, the Panchanga should be seen. So similarly, while administrating, before administration of the Vamana Kalpas, Ishte Nakshatra Tithi Karana Muhurte Karaitva. So after administrating the Snehana and Svedana, the patient should be given the medical decoction mixed with honey, salt and extra for Vamana on auspicious day, Nakshatra Tithi Karan and Muhurta, after worshipping the god. This is from Charak Sutrastan 15/9. Application of Panchang concept during Rasayan Pana. Acharya Harita had mentioned that patient should enter the Rasayan Kuti along with servicemen in Pushya or Punarvasu Nakshatra and on auspicious Tithi after paying the oblation with Shatavari Ghrita. Again, the Chitrak Rasayan should be given in Ashad or Kartik or in Margashish month and in Pushya Nakshatra. Again by Harita, on auspicious day, Tithi and Nakshatra, one should give the medicine and Dhupana. Application of Panchang concept during drug administration. So here this quotation from Sushruta Uttar Tantra 39 while suggesting the Kalyana Gruta. Take the dravyas used for Kalyana Gruta and Gandhagna dravyas and medicate the ghee of cow. Give this Gruta in auspicious Tithi and Nakshatra to the patients. Though Acharyas has recommended it while stating about the Kalyana Gruta, but it is applicable to all types of Gruta. So during the administration of drug therapy, Panchanga should be seen to yield the maximum beneficial results. Application of Panchang concept during collection of drugs. So Acharya has mentioned, particularly in Charak Kalpastan, we find a reference of it. One should collect the emetic Madanphala drug in Vasanta or Grishma Rutu, in Pushya, Ashwini or Mrigashira Nakshatra and Maitra Muhurta. So, and again in Bhela Sanhita Kalpastan, we find one should collect the antidiarrheal Kutaj drug in Pushya Nakshatra. Although these are mentioned with few drugs, but it is applicable to all the drug, all sort of drug collections. This is one more reference from Ashtang Sangra Sutrastan. As per Vagbhata, on auspicious day of white half, Shukla Paksha, that is when moon is in Punarvasu, Hasta, Pushya, Chitra, Mrigashira, Revati or Shatabisha Nakshatra, and in auspicious Murta, one should bring the Anjana form in the Sindhu river for making the Soviranjan. Application of Panchang concept during preparation of medicine. This is reference from the Chakradatta. One should prepare the Pratisaraniya Vanikshar for treating the piles on auspicious day and the Nakshatra. So for preparing the medicines also, one should refer the Panchanga so that we make a potent medicine, potent and effective medicine. This is one more reference. while stating the Prasarni Tila, one should approve the drugs for making the Prasarni Tila in auspicious day and nakshatra with prayer, Swasti Vachana and the prayer. Application of Panchanga in Upanayan Sanskara. Upanayan Sanskara is performed for the deserving students on auspicious day, Karana Muhurta and the nakshatra. Karna Vedhan Sanskara, ear piercing. The ear piercing ceremony should be performed in the 6th or 7th month in the bright half of an auspicious day, Tithi, Karana, Nakshatra and Murta. So this is mentioned in Sushruta Sutrasthana 16/3. Ear piercing is one of the sanskara and is commonly performed in India. Application of Panchanga in Vedarambha Sanskar. Before starting the formal education, one needs to undergo this sanskara. This was done in this was ancient practice and still it is practiced in some parts of the country. On auspicious day in Pushya, Hasta or Shravan constellation, auspicious Karana, Yoga, Murta on auspicious position of moon of Uttarayan Kala, the student desirous of undergoing the educational training should get ready with the hair, skirt and bath, and then the other rest of the procedure of Vedarambha Sanskara is done. So this is mentioned in Charak Vimansthana 8/9 to 10. Application of Panchanga in Annaprashan Sanskara. So when the baby first needs to be fed, so as per Acharya Kashyapa, as mentioned in Khilastana, in the 6th month, Annaprashan Sanskara should be done. Pediatrician should ask the parents to feed the baby with various fruits. Initially, the only fruit should be given. After the eruption of teats in the 10th month, on auspicious day when there is a Prajapatya Nakshatra is ruling, after offering the prayer to the god and Brahmins, the baby should be fed with the some solid food. So when the pregnant woman enters the maternity ward, or you say that time also this Panchanga should be referred, so that there is at the end of the delivery we want a healthy baby and the healthy mother. On entering the 9th month of pregnancy, the pregnant lady should enter the obstetric or labor room, say on auspicious day, Nakshatra Yoga and Karana Maitra Murta, and wait for the labor pain to start. This is the reference from Charak Sharistan 8/35. Application of Panchanga concept in messenger related to women. So in Ayurveda, there is a concept of deciding good and bad omens, Shubha and Ashubha Shakunas, before going to visit the patient. So it was practiced in ancient era, although it is obscure now. But Acharyas has mentioned, particularly Sushruta in Sutrasthana 29/18, the messenger coming in nakshatras like Krutika, Ardra, Ashlesha, Magha, Moola, Purva, Ashada, Purva, Bhadrapada, Purva, Phalguni or Bharani is inauspicious. Messenger coming, we had already seen these are the Ugra Tikshna nakshatras and they yield the bad results. So accordingly, they are the inauspicious nakshatras. Messenger coming in tithis like Chaturthi, Naumi, Shashti is also inauspicious. So observations during the ruling of Dhruva, stable nakshatras like Uttar Bhadrapada, Uttar Phalguni, Uttar Ashada and Rohini, the medical procedures which require stability and durability like intraocular implant, fracture correction, organ transplantation, in vitro fertilization, etc. could be carried out. During the ruling of Mrudu nakshatras like Anuradha, Vishakha, Kritika, Mrugashira, Chitra and Revati, all the general medical therapy and surgery could be done. The medicine given or surgery done during ruling of Shipra nakshatra like Ashwini, Pushya and Hasta yields the fastest results. Hence, they are suitable for all types of medical conditions. Summary and conclusion. Surgery should be done and medicine should be administered during tithis like Bhadra and Purna. Surgery should be done and medicine should be administered during Varas like Sunday and Thursday. Surgery should be done and medicine should be administered during Shipra nakshatras like Pushya, Ashwini and Hasta. Surgery should be done and medicine should be administered during yogas like Shobhana Yoga. Surgery should be done and medicine should be administered during Karanas like Chatushpada and Bhava. Although this is the general outline, but these, depending upon the emergency of the patient, these procedures can be performed at any time, at least giving favorability of 1 or 2 factors, it can be performed. Thank you. Thank you very much for your patient listening. And please watch for my book on Exploration to Astrology in Ayurveda. This is a wonderful book, I must say. This is almost a 500 pages book, and entire astrology in Ayurveda is explored, and it is divided into Hora, Sanhita, Siddhanta part of the Jyotisha. And let me know once it is released. I will let you know, and let me know your reactions further. So thanking you, thank you very much. And at this moment, I want to recall my Astro Guru, Dr. Vijay Gaiki sir, who is MBBS and is an astrologer also, and who had given training to me in his astrofield, or aroused interest in me about the astrology way back in 1996. And after that, I pursued Vedang Jyotisha also from Kalidas University. So now we have seen that how the concept of Panchanga or Jyotisha has been given in our Ayurveda. Well, the time of Ayurveda dates back to 5000 BC. And the people, the modern day people say that the origin of Jyotish science is in the 5th or 7th century. It is not like so. Had it been so, it would not have been found a place in Ayurveda. Ayurveda dates back to 5000 BC. So we can safely say that it dates back to 5000 BC, and our ancient Acharya, Indian Acharyas, were very well versed in the Jyotish science also, astrological science also, and the Ayurveda, the medical science also. And accordingly, we find the reference also, the Parashara, who had wrote in the Ayurveda Sanhita, Parashara Sanhita also, and who had wrote in the Jyotisha, the Lagu Parashari and the Brihat Parashari also. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vagesh sir. You have very well interpreted the Ayurveda astrology, which is togetherness, which is a very old and traditional Vedic sciences of the Bharat. Now, I request Sri Ramanacharyalu sir to speak about the values and importance of the KP astrology at the present scenario to protect the health, and how it is useful in the very specifically for the protecting the health of the individual, and also usefulness in the medical astrology. I welcome Sri Ramanacharyalu sir. Please speak. If you want to use, you can use PPT. Otherwise, you can directly talk even, sir. Thank you and welcome. Unmute yourself, sir. Yes, your voice is not coming. Not audible, please. Unmute. You are muted, sir. You please unmute. Yes, you can speak. We would like to hear. Your voice is not coming, sir. You can remove and you can re-plug in your earphones. You can hear me, but we are unable to hear you. Yes. No? Yes, sir. Yes, we are able to hear you. Please, sir. Welcome and continue.
Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha, Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. My heartfelt greetings to all of you, august audience. I have been already introduced to you by my best friend, Dr. Shivram Prasad. Now, I wish to introduce KP system, that is popularly known as Krishnamurti Paddhati in astrology. In brief, I am introducing you Krishnamurti sir. He was a health inspector in erstwhile Madras state, composite Madras state, and he did a lot of research in astrology. He just like our B.V. Raman. He acquired a profound knowledge in astrology. He wanted to find out a system which is practicable and useful to the astrologer as well as the consultant. Here, I want to introduce you the utility point of view of the Krishnamurti system. In Krishnamurti Paddhati, there is no much deviation from traditional astrology. The rules are the same. Attributions, karakatwas are the same for the planets and for the signs. Only the thing is, it has divided the entire zodiac into 249 parts. That is from Ashwini 0 degrees to 1320 degrees of Ashwini, that is one stellar length, and it is ruled by Ketu, and Ketu's period of 7 years in the entire 120 years of longevity has interpolated the duration of the Ketu period in that Mesha Lagna as some 50 to 53 minutes. And as per individual length of the planets, the Ketu Nakshatra is divided into 9 parts, allotting the first part to Ketu as per Ketu sub. That is number 1. Number 2 is Mars, Ketu and Venus. Venus, as per 20 years period, it will get some 2 minutes or 3 minutes like that. Like that, it has divided every star, every constellation into 9 parts. Thereby, he got 243 sub-levels. But due to the long decision subs, he has to highlight another 6 in numbers in addition, repetition. Thereby, he got 249 subs. So the entire zodiac he made like that, but the division of rasis is the same. The entire 249 subs, we get a sign lord, sub lord, star lord, and sub lord. So the he has established a sub lord theory to approach an horoscope to judge anything, any question, taking the traditional rules into cognizance. He has written 6 readers in Krishnamurti Paddhati in English. So now, as far as utility in health, the sun, moon, ascendant has checked up, and has given the 6th house, 6th cusp sublord. Here cusp means is an irregular division, unlike bhava majja. The 12 bhavas are divided, called as cusps, and sometimes a cusp may overlap. Sometimes in the same sign we will get 2 cusps. That all we can do it with the help of this computerization. Now I wish to enlighten the usefulness of KP astrology in question of health. So medical diagnosis, it is useful for medical diagnosis. So 6th cuspal sublord, he has taken 6th cuspal sublord, and 6th cuspal sublord, and he is the star lord. That means 6th cuspal sublord is also a planet, and every planet must posit in some star. that star lord will be presenting in some sign. So when with the help of the sixth cuspal sublord, we will have to identify where the star lord of the sixth cuspal sublord is posited according to the normal rules. We have to decide the disease. For example, sixth cuspal sublord is Mercury. He is posited in moon. That moon is found in Gemini. Let us suppose. So we can come to a conclusion that the problem is BP, because Mercury and moon and sign Gemini, all these combinations, and we have to verify the period, Dasha Bhukti Antara. And if the Dasha Bhukti Antara is correlated with the disease, we can plan medication, and we can plan the duration according to the if one is falls sick during the period of Bhukti period or Antara period, he will have sixth connection or eighth connection or 12th connection. And the sixth connection is a normal sickness, eighth is severe, and 12th is hospitalization. So we can expect if the following Bhukti or following Antara is connected to 5th, 9th, or 11th, as the case may be, the ailment will be cured by that period. So it is helpful for a doctor to decide how long the patient will have to suffer, and what is the disease, and what is the remedy. For remedy, you can implement your medical knowledge, and according to astrological knowledge, you will get the clue of the diagnosis. So thereby get the patients better. This medical analysis, astrological analysis, acts as a second line of defense. But he will get cured only by medicine. But the knowledge of KP astrology to the medical fraternity is more useful than a normal astrologer like me. We can only say that this is the disease. We cannot cure them. But if the medical persons have this knowledge, that is more useful to the patient. That's why I wish that all the medical fraternity should acquire this KP knowledge also, because you are all well known with the traditional rules and all, Parasara and all. Those rules are not disturbed in KP. They are only the thing is we can approach the horoscope very easily. It's a hassle-free system of diagnosing, and you need not memorize too many rules. If you go through the system, you can acquire a knowledge how to decide and what to decide very easily. That immediately I cannot exhibit now, but on practice you will come to know. That is what I propose. I think that you may have got some points out of it.
Okay, sir, Ramanacharya garu.
Yes, sir.
Very nice of you. Very thank you. Thank you very much for your golden words. And I think we are very much happy In the meanwhile, Tapan Vaidya was also joined here, but I think he is not seen here at present. Whether Dr. Tapan Vaidya is here on the platform, sir? If so, please respond.
He joined, but he doesn't seem to be now.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, I am very much thankful for the both speakers, those who have enlightened with their two specific Vedic astrology and its advanced version of the Krishnamurti Paddhati astrology, how it is related and how it could be made out, its impact over the medical astrology very specifically, and also how this particular medical astrology can be used for the mankind welfare, either in the disease state as a therapeutic use or a prophylactic use. Hope today's perception is completed. As I was speaking, today's Karanas and Yogas, as very rightly said, today is a Harshana Yoga. The Harshana Yoga is going to give very happiest moments, and it is a Vanik Karana. It is what we are doing, this medical astrology is to know. And what we know ultimately, whenever we know, we have to use it. When we use it, we are going to get the money. The people, those who are going to earn money through the medical astrology, this is a very auspicious occasion. Though, so that I have started today, which is Tadiya, a good Thidi, and also even Sunday, Bhanuvara. And especially here, I say why I have chosen this particular day. Actually, it is a gift for me after completion of my 60th year. Yesterday, I have completed 60 years and entered into the 61. Now, the 61st year gift has been given by Sanjay ji through this conference. Actually, we thought of doing yesterday itself, but I said Sunday is preferable. People can leisurely and comfortably can understand whatever we are going to speak here. This Ashwini Nakshatra is a starting nakshatra. It is a very good and comfortable to say. And Vrishchika Lagna, the 10th house is Sun. Sun is going to be said as the Adipati for the Ayurveda. Whenever this astrology and Ayurveda are together, the medical astrology, this is a very auspicious. Secondly, today the second house is occupied by the Jupiter. That's what I said, Guru Graha. Guru in Vaksthana of the second house is going to speak a comfortable understanding, and the person who is the Buddha in the 12th for understanding, and he is in the 12th. 12th Buddha and second Guru. This combination is a very, very good combination for learning the Ayurveda. Hope you have understood and made out. If at all you are having any query, you can just mail me at the technoayurveda@gmail.com or technoayurveda@yahoo.com, or you can contact me on the WhatsApp number 9503227966, or you can just place your comment and request or your question in our group Techno Ayur Jyotish on either the WhatsApp group or Telegram group. I request our host Sanjay sir to pass the final remarks and close the meeting.
Only thing I can say is Jiveta Shraddha Shatam. It is our privilege to have you live a longer life. May God bless you with a long, healthy and prosperous life, as you have very correctly said. Those who want to make money, this is the rightest time. And of course, everybody here wants to earn money, earn name and earn fame. So Kvachit Yashaha, Kvachit Arthaha, Kvachit Maitri, Karma Bhyasam, Kvachit Cheti. Not only Chikitsa, Jyotish is also the same. It is never Nishpala. So I hope this must have given some insight, because I was listening to Wage sir. He was talking very correctively on which date, which operation to be performed, which day, which treatment to be performed. And probably if he enlighten us about the Panchakarma, which Panchakarma are the best to be started on which particular day, it would be a great help to all those Panchakarma practitioners who are here. One. Secondly, my request to all those the stalwarts of the Jyotish. So when we are starting doing Nadi Pariksha of every new patient, when there is a complicated phenomena coming to us, which is the best muhurta to do Nadi Pariksha? These are the two questions to the expert panel. Before conclusion, I want you to please answer on this. These are the two very pertinent questions. If there is a complicated patient who has come with a big file, when is the rightest time to do pulse diagnosis as per Jyotish? I know as per Ayurveda, but as per Jyotish. And secondly, on Panchakarma, which Panchakarma to be performed on, at least to start performing on which day? Please, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
your question is very appropriate question. The first and foremost, whenever there is a big file is going to be with us, there is the patient is not going to see a Vara, Varja, Nakshatra, etc. For each and every day, there is one Amrita, Siddhi, Yoga is going to come. Whenever this Amrita Ghatiya or Amrita Ghadi is there, that is the best thing to make it out. It is which is going to be every day at some or the other time. This is the first answer. The second one, if at all you want to go with the Lagna, we say in Ayurveda, the Andhra area as the Midasari Lagna, the midday. Midasari is the midday. That is otherwise called as Abhijit Lagna. The Abhijit Lagna is always auspicious. Even probably you will be understanding and observing the Sri Rama Navami and this all these things which they are being done. It comes on a different things. Of course, Tidhi is the Navami which we are following. Most of the time the Punarvasu Nakshatra may not be there. But the Abhijit Lagna is going to cancel all the inauspiciousness of all the planets on the particular day is 12 o'clock midday. This is the answer for you. Number two, as per the Panchakarma is concerned, as I think Dr. Wakhe is going to accept and Mr. Ramanacharya also is going to accept with me. Whenever we are making an emergency management, it is already being told to make a Shanti Upahara before to that of the going or incorporating a particular medical emergency or surgery even. If it is going to be planned, you can go with the Muhurta, which is going to be comfortable enough. Always, Sthira, Chara, Disvabhava, three varieties of the Rashis are there. If suppose you are making a housewarming ceremony, we are going to take this Sthira Lagna because we want to live in that house. When we want to live in that house, we want to go with this Sthira. That has to go off. Chara. If we are going on a movement, on a travel, go with a Chara Lagna. Whether your disease has to go away or whether this is to be stay in the body. If the disease has to go away, then use the Chara Lagna. If the disease to be precipitated in the body, use this Sthira Lagna. And auspiciousness as per, we are going to observe 6th and 8th house and 12th house. These three houses are very specific for making the 6th for the disease, 8th for the longevity, 12th for the hospitalization, roughly in a random, in generalization. When a person is going to be hospitalized, just to see, best thing is to use the horary system. Out of the 249 numbers of the
KP.
The specific number and the present day at the time when the person is using the astrological configuration or the planetary positions, the Lagna is going to be the chosen number. Then from that area, it could be randomly 249 combinations. With 9 planets in it, with 12 rasis, show remarkable number of the combinations and permutation. That is going to speak exactly what is the fate of the patient. Karane, Subha Yoge. This is what actually we are speaking is the one of the best thing. If the Subha Tithi is there, it is sufficient. Subha Nakshatra is there, Nakshatra Maitri for the patient. If the patient is going to be of the Ashwini star. We have the 9 stars as a Janma, Sampat, Vip, like 7th is Naidana. When we are going to have the, never that particular star is going to be a Naidana for the particular any of these specific things. So you have to make out Tithivara Nakshatra Yoga Karana as a Muhurta, or otherwise see that the Tara Bala, Chandra Bala, and it is good enough. Any program in the Sukla Paksha is always good enough. In the Krishna Paksha, it is not auspicious. Especially Amavasya before 3 days, and the see after the Amavasya, Padya is not a good day, whereas the Tadiya is a good day. Whereas for the Purnami, Purnami Padya is a good day. This is what we have to learn from the astrology and applicability from the medical astrology. For that, I have inaugurated the medical astrology course as an Ayur Jyotish course, and a very good opening has been there. From 8th, we are going to initiate the medical astrology course, and you can contact me for the medical astrology course. We are making the 2 batches. The one batch is on the Friday and Saturday evening hours of the Indian Standard Time, and the second is only on Sunday morning 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock Indian Standard Time. Please utilize the services, whatever is being provided by the Techno Ayurveda. And I say, if at all there are any comments, I request Vaghe sir to put on these queries.
Just a word from me. Hello.
Yes,
Sir, we hear audible.
Yeah. As respected Chajed sir has raised query, and as it is rightly pointed out by the respected KSR sir, that the horary method should be followed, and this has been mentioned in Ayurveda also, that the Prashna Varga, the Prashna Kundali should be set up of that particular time to see whether the patient is going to survive or not. I have a reference of that, and that horary system also refers to the nakshatra and etc., which the nakshatra is ruling for that time.
Yes.
So as far as this question, where at in which nakshatra this nadi should be seen, and in which nakshatra the panchakarma should be performed. So in both the conditions, I will say that in both the conditions, it should be preferred in Mrudu and Shipra nakshatras, because Mrudu and Shipra nakshatras, they are going to ensure the, as far as Nadi is concerned, the quick diagnosis, easy diagnosis. As far as procedures are concerned, the quick procedures, fast results, and the procedure is completed very smoothly if we follow these things. And secondly, all these, although I have mentioned all these things related to Panchanga for at some instances, but as found in our literature, but they are the generalized procedures to be followed in toto. So before we performing anything, the auspiciousness of that particular time should be from the Panchanga. And how to interpret Panchanga, that should be learned from the KSR sir, who is going to conduct the course for the budding, but it is necessity of the time that this is so much astrology in Ayurveda, and we, despite being Ayurvedists, we don't know the ABCD of Ayurveda. So to know the basic things about the astrology, what this Panchanga concept, I tried earlier, although I beg pardon for some interruption and some jumbling, because of 2 windows were opened at a simultaneous time, and there was constant phone ringing, and in the meantime milkman also came to ring, so that's why some disturbance occurred. I really sorry for that. And that entire aspect of Tithivar Nakshatra Yog Karan, actually it is not as simple as that, but it needs to be learnt in the detail, and I hope our respected KSR sir will do that with a lot of clarity, and I request people to join this course. Thank you very much.
Thank you. To any words from the Ramanacharya sir?
Only thing is, just I want to say when to decide the muhurta part of it. Huh? If patient is an urgency, the patient is an urgency,
Yep.
and we can choose, as you said, we can choose the horary.
Yep.
If we erect an horary chart, immediately we can get the signification planets of 5, 9, 11 or 1.
5, 9, 11.
Then, so the sub is available in every stellar area, in every lagna, in every stellar area, we can get a sub,
Yep.
which is signifying fifth.
Yep.
So you can decide when to initiate the treatment during the sub period or stellar. Sometimes if patient is lucky enough, he will
gets
get a
immediately.
stellar area also. Stellar
Yes,
area,
of course.
it longs for 53 minutes. And sub area will long for some few minutes. So
Sir.
if stellar area is chosen
Hmm.
for initiating the panchakarma or so, it's good enough, I think.
Sir.
And sometimes
Thank you.
we
Thank you.
cannot,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. It was exactly the
Thank
thing
you.
where people, we like me, wanted to learn the astrology, specifically the astrology related to Ayurveda. Thank you very much, Prasad Garu, Wage sir, and
Thank you.
Ramraj
Thank you.
Kashmi,
Thank
sir,
you very
for
much.
providing us all insights. And we are looking forward for the course. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wage sir.
I'm very much thankful for all the visitors and spectators and the learners and the friends and colleagues and everybody, those who are on this class. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir, you have to leave the meeting. You are the
Yes, sir.